Here we are back again. I got a couple questions on problems like number 12. So I'm going to go through this one with you. So take a look at 12. The first thing I noticed down here is that you've got three terms. There is a number in front, but look, there's a GCF that all three have in common. If it ends in a 0 or a 5, it's divisible by 5. Right, so there is a GCF of 5, so we're going to pull that out. Right, there it is. So this 5 I take out of all three pieces. Divide that by 5, you get 4r squared. Divide this by 5, you get negative 9r. Divide the 10 by 5, you get 2. So you end up with this, but now this equation inside can be factored. And since there's a number in front, you have to do the M factoring, or the AC method, which is you multiply 4 by 2. Right, so if you do that, hey, we get 8. But remember, this 8, we have to figure out what multiplies to give you 8 and adds to give you negative 9. Well, for 8, it's only 2 and 4, or 1 and 8. And if it's 1 and 8, they both have to be negative to give you a negative 9. So here's my next line. So that 8 becomes a negative 1r times a negative 8r, right? Negative 1 times negative 8 is 8, but negative 1 times negative 8, negative 1 plus negative 8 is negative 9. So we break it into those two parts, bring down the ends, there's that m. So 4r squared minus 1r minus 8r plus 2 is the other factor. And of course, it's equal to 0. We'll deal with that later. But remember, now you need a GCF of this, which I can pull out, is this r. Let me bring this up a little bit. So you bring the r out from here. That's the only GCF. And you're left with a 4r minus 1. Remember, that has to be repeated over here. So write this automatically and then figure out what number times 4r gives you negative 8r. Well, it's got to be a negative 2. So that'll work out to give you negative 8r. Negative 2 times negative 1 is 2. So this is almost our answer. It's equal to 0. But we have to rewrite it. Right, from here, I took my r minus 2. Here it is. It's on the left side here now. I moved it over. The 4r's minus 1, they have to get combined as 1. And don't forget that original GCF comes in here. It has nothing to do with your answer, but everything to do with factoring. So this is factored. And then lastly, you take the r minus 2, make it equal to 0. And the 4r minus 1, make it equal to 0. Notice that we do nothing with this 5, but we get two answers from these two. Add the 2 over, you get a 2. Add the 1 and divide by 4, you get a 1/4. So that ends up being your final answer. So r equals 2 and 1/4. And if we go back to look at your answer choices, there it is. It's option D. So 2 and 1/4. All right, so hopefully that helps out. That will be for other problems like this number 14. Like 16 is the M thing. So be aware of that as you're going through. 18 has another GCF. You do the M thing. So that's one of the main things we need to look at on these problems. All right, thanks guys. Bye.